I'm making an answer key since I'm not going to be here the day you guys are finishing this, and I have a feeling some people might need a little extra help. So we did this one yesterday, but just to have an overview of what in the world we're trying to do. We're trying to prove that these two triangles are congruent. And the options that we have are side, side, side. Side, angle, side. Angle, angle, side. You can write that the other way around. We usually write it this way. And angle, side, angle. So the ones that we did, sorry, that was supposed to be a comment. The ones that we did on Wednesday. So looking at this picture on number 1, I see I have a side. I have a second side. I either need an angle or the third side. So let's start out by writing the given. Because of the markings, they told me that AB is congruent to AD. Because of the markings, they told me that BC is congruent to DC. In class, we talked about the reflexive property, which I call the duh property, because it's shared side. This is a shared side for both triangles. So to complete this statement down here, CA is congruent to CA. That's the reflexive property. Please make sure that if you write something here, that you draw it in the picture. Because once you look back up, triangle ABC is congruent to triangle ADC because of side, side, side. Moving forward, you have to write these yourself, and there's 4 options. So maybe put those at the top of your paper. All right. Have a good spring break, you two. I'm looking at this picture. I've got a side. I've got an angle. I need one more piece of information to be able to prove that the triangles are congruent. Let's write down the given first. Angle A is congruent to angle D. That was given. Side AC is congruent to side CD. That was also given. Now I've got a hint here that we should be looking for vertical angles. I know that vertical angles are across from one another. I cannot call these angle C. There's too much happening there. So this one down here is another hint. Angle ACB is congruent to angle DCE. All right, we have angle, side, angle. That's all you need to prove that these triangles are congruent, which means all the other parts, right? All these other things are going to be congruent too. So the congruency statement, they started us out with A, B, C. So we have to start and go D, E, C. All right, so I'm looking at these triangles. What do they already know? I have angle and angle, so I need to know probably a side because angle, angle, angle is not a working reason. So the given, angle D is congruent to angle B. Angle D, C, A, that's this one. And I need to decide it's congruent to B, A, C. Given. Anything that was already on the picture is given. So they started me out, AC is congruent to AC. That's the reflexive property. All right, triangle A, B, C is this one. A, B, C. So I started at the double and I went to single. So C, D, A is the proper order for the next one. And it's angle, angle, side. So try to do a few more on your own, and then if you really need help, come back and watch these. Okay, I know this is my given because I can see that over here on AC, it's got some double dashes. This one's weird, so skip down here. This is the other given. So CB has the 3 dashes, so I know that it's going to match C. I don't know what that is. F. Another given. Okay, so I've got side, side. I either need another side or I need an angle. The way that this picture is drawn, I've got my vertical angles. They're going to be congruent. And I name them ACB. And it's congruent to MCF. All right, now I've got side, angle, side. And my congruent statement, they started with A, B, C. So I need to mirror that and do M, F, C. The way I know the order, if you're not sure, A is between empty side and double dash. So this needs to be between empty side and double dash. And then the direction that it went was towards the B, which was the empty side. So I start here, I go past the empty side, M, F, C. If you're not sure how I'm coming up with those orders. Okay, a few more. Again, the state the congruence parts of the triangle and the reason for them being congruent. It's given, reflexive, and vertical angles are the 3 we are practicing today. All right. I'm going to put both of my givens at the top. I've got some sides here. Side A, B is congruent to side A, Y. Hat. Hat. I've got an angle, B, A, M. Angle, BAM. And Y, A, M. That was also given to me. So right now I've got a side and an angle. I need more information. So I'm looking for vertical angles or reflexive property, and they have a shared side. So it's reflexive. Make your marks. Side, angle, side. Congruence. Now I got to try to write them. AMY, AMY, it goes with AMB. Okay, I'm going to start with my given. Again, I can see 2 different sets of markings. So I'll start with 2 different given statements. The first one I'm noticing is here from KG, put a hat on it, to JG. And then I have this angle, and there's only one angle at angle H and angle I. So I don't have to use 3 letters. Now these triangles are funny, they're overlapping. I see vertical angles here. Let's look down and see what triangles we're even focused on. So down at the bottom it says triangle HGJ. Oh. So I pointed to these as being vertical angles, but that's not even an angle in the triangle. That's like right in the middle of it. So I'm not going to use vertical angles. Looks like the other triangle would be, let's see, HGJ. It would be IGK. I might just start out by writing that. IGK. But I've got an angle and a side. I need something else. Do you see it? It looks like we got reflexive property, but with an angle. And there's lots of stuff happening there. So, well, I guess I can just say angle G is congruent to angle G. That's fair. So I need to be careful here. I'm going to focus on this green triangle. I've got side, angle, angle. That's my reason. Don't put angle, side, angle. The side is not in between them. The side is over there on the end. All right, 2 more. Let's do our given. I like this color. Looking at my picture, the given is that AC is congruent to BD hat, hat. The next one is showing me that AB is congruent to CD. Hats, got my hats. All right, I've got side, side. I either need an angle or a third side. I would really love to say that angle A and angle D are congruent, but I do not know that. I just don't right now, unless I knew there was parallel lines somewhere. But what I for sure know, let's come up with another fun color. I for sure can see that BC is congruent to BC. Because of the way that this picture is drawn, they have a shared side. So my reason is going to be side, side, side. So I need to make sure my statement is correct. So A, B, C. So I kind of like with the colors. I'm starting between green and purple, and I'm going down the green. So A, B, C, starting between green and purple. D, C, B. Perfect. All right, last one. Now, there are so many triangles here. Let's look down at the hint. What are we trying to prove? Let's see, triangle HEA. HEA. What is that going to be congruent to? Well, it looks like the information that they're giving us is down here in this reflected triangle. So that's kind of helpful. HEA, it looks like NES. But so far, I only have a side and an angle, so we've got to figure this out. We've got two givens again. I see right here HE and EN. Hat. I've got some angles. Angle A, HE is congruent to angle S and E. So that's this one I'm looking at. All right, so I've got, again, side and an angle. What else can I tell is going to be the same? So I see a lot of shared sides. Like this is a shared side, but not with the purple and the green triangle. It's with the purple triangle and this triangle that we're not even using. In fact, that happens 4 times. This is a shared side, but I don't care about that. These are shared sides. So a reflexive property is there, but it's not helpful at all to get me closer to proving the green and the purple triangle are congruent. So what could we do? Hope you guys answered that you see this vertical angle. Please don't call it angle E is congruent to angle E. There's 4 angles right there, so I have to be more particular. Let's call it HEA. And it's congruent to angle NES. And it is the vertical angles. Can you guys even see that blue? It's pretty, but it looks almost white. I can't go too far up. So now I have angle, side, angle. And I already wrote my congruence statement. I kind of got ahead of myself a little bit because I was trying to see which triangles we were focused on. Okay, hopefully that will help you get through that worksheet if these are things that you're just getting stuck up on.